Hello, Megan.
Good morning.
Or maybe I got too many things going on here.
Oh,
Oh,
Do you have
that's
two
why. I
profiles?
had my mic on my secondary. Yeah, so I can listen like I'm listening right now to via the search bomb one so that I can hear what the live feed sounds like in
Oh,
real time.
awesome.
Yep.
Derek, your session, your group, this is your clubhouse is every week at this hour, or every 2 weeks.
Every week.
Every week. Okay, I've been screwing up trying to get to it. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go for it.
Have you seen cases where you submit reviews to people, and most reviews are not being accepted, and the same when they write back to you with the review, it just doesn't appear?
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Any
And a
trick
lot of
to getting
reasons it
around
could
that?
happen. Best way, and it's not foolproof, but best way to give or get a review is number one, you do it with the actual Google Maps app. Step one would be get the person to open the Google Maps app, go to your profile via a link or search it. It doesn't really matter, but go to your profile, click on the call button. They don't actually have to call you, but click the call button. It'll like go over to their phone, then they can go back to the profile, click directions. I even click start, and then I just end the navigation if
Is
they're showing an address.
okay.
Click on some photos, click on some updates, read some reviews. I even heart some photos now. So basically, generally interact with the Google Business
Generate
Profile
some
on.
sort of dialogue. The fact that I'm
Yeah,
in Hebrew and everyone else is in English, is that an issue, you think?
it
Language?
doesn't matter.
It
For what
shouldn't
I'm talking
matter.
about. You just want them to interact with the Google Business Profile before they leave the review because that signals to Google that they actually know that business. So step one
Okay.
is use the actual Google Maps app because that's technically at Google on the servers where the reviews live. They do not live with the Google Business Profile, they live on Google Maps. So if you use the actual Google Maps app, it helps a little bit because of that because you're in the actual place and you don't
And the
leave the
link
review right away.
and the link that Google gives you to use, it is it worth it's not that doesn't really work too well, right?
It still works. I wouldn't overthink it. Like what I'm telling you to do right now is like trying to get people to do that is that's a lot to tell people to do and for them
Yeah,
to do.
exactly. I'm trying to
So
think,
it just I really ultimately just keep it easy. Just send your link out and if it doesn't show up, move on with your life and keep sending your link out.
well, that's what I do. It's just most that's I don't get people say, yeah, I gave a review, and they send me a screenshot. And I go, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, unless you want to coach people on how to better if you want to if you want to get into it harder, but yeah, I wouldn't even think about it too much. They will even
I
disappear. I've had some in the last couple of weeks from people in here that I had I think I was at three more than I'm at right now, and then a couple disappeared for
whoops,
whatever reason. But
I had that.
oh well.
I had one thing where I had a customer do it from my office. I helped her do it from my office. It was there, and then the next day it was gone. I figured maybe if you do it the same address as with the address you're using in your profile, maybe they don't like that as well.
No, because they they promote or they encourage businesses to have a put a QR code on. So I mean, customers leave a review at a place all the
Uh,
time, so that wouldn't be
okay,
why.
that
Yeah,
would be
I
why.
really wouldn't overthink it. There could be a million
Okay,
reasons. And if you wanted them a trick you could if they go back to your Google Business Profile now and interact with it, do the call button, blah blah blah. Sometimes they will
pop up.
appear again or appear for the first time if they didn't appear in the first place. Again, not
Okay,
foolproof. And you could add photos to
okay,
it too, but again, not foolproof.
okay. Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
Yep,
Hi,
yep.
Howard. Hi, Derek. It's
Hey,
Diane. Good morning,
hi,
everyone.
Diane.
Hi, I haven't said
Morning.
hi to you in a while, Howard. Hope you're well. I've
We're
just been
trying.
so busy. I've got your little memes. You're so cute.
You like those? Did
Um,
you like those little things?
yes, I did. They're adorable.
You can
Um,
forward them to anyone in the tribe if you want.
all right, honey. Um, so, Derek, is this an open room? Can I just ask any question or?
Let me. Whoa, that's loud. Let me open the room. I guess I usually do it about 5
Oh,
after.
okay.
So let me do that, and then we'll have some AMA here at the beginning before we get into the scheduled program. All right, so you're in the Google for Real Estate House. Click the house above to join if you haven't already. We're here every Wednesday, 9 to 10 a.m. ish. And today will be a pretty hard stop at 10 because I want to, and I'm sure a lot of other people want to get over to Connie Sarvanandan. And I have practiced saying her last name. I had her on my podcast, 3 years ago now, I think. And I practiced it a lot. So I think I'm one of the few people that could say her last name the proper way. So Connie Sarvanandan doing some AI stuff at 10. If you don't know about that, maybe if anybody has the link, you could drop it in the chat for anybody that doesn't know about it or wants to attend. I'm Derek Bixler. For those of you that don't know me, most people in here do know me, but this could be out there in the world of podcasts and stuff at some point once I start doing that. So a little bit about me. I'm born and raised in central Pennsylvania, single dad of 3, commercial and residential real estate agent of 17 years. Or since 2006, I should say that instead of the number of years. Outdoor adventure sportsman and enthusiast and Google marketing geek. In this room, we talk about Google local search and how to dominate with our Google business profiles. And we talk about other Google stuff too, not just marketing stuff, but how to use Workspace or AI, Gemini, Maps, local guiding, all that kind of stuff. Like today, we'll be talking about Google Maps and some local guiding stuff and custom maps and all that good stuff. Replays are on. Recordings are available for 7 days, basically. So last week's room will be removed today, and today's will remove till next week. And the link above will take you to all the replays, as well as a review exchange form if you want to put your review link as well as in the chat. Review exchange is always on in this room. You can put it in the chat, or you can click that link up there and put it in the actual form spreadsheet, and that can kind of make it easier to track who you've given one to. Is somebody open live mic, maybe cooking, eating? I got it. Jesus, having some breakfast. Yeah, so link above, you can get the replays there and also get the review exchange. The form is there and the spreadsheet if you want to see the entire spreadsheet with everybody's review links there. So I encourage you to put it in the chat and in there and give and get reviews. I still have some to reply to that have been given to me. I have replied to some, so some of people in here have gotten a reply. Most have shown up because I've done it the right way. I think, hopefully. Anyway, so if you need me, yeah, put your review link above. Replays are always available via that link for now. If you need to get a hold of me, go to searchbomb.com or schedule a discovery call. Messaging me, definitely a voice message here does not work. I do not listen to those things. I do not like video or voice messages. So please a text message of some sort or schedule a call. So now we'll start. So on the schedule today, I got a few pieces of news I'll talk about. Do some AMA, ask me anything, and maybe we'll start with the AMA and then do some news quickly, and then we'll get into our maps with Megan. Megan, say hi to everybody. I'm yapping too much. She wasn't ready for
Sorry,
it.
I was pasting a link into my Google Space. Good morning, everyone. Megan Luker, Virginia Beach, 30 plus years in real estate mastery. I served military, luxury waterfront, and I love Google Maps and all things creativity with serving my clients. So happy to be here today, Derek. Thank you.
Awesome. Yes, and I get to rest my voice a little bit today, which will be nice. So we'll be talking about that with Megan. And then next week, we will get back to the live audit part 3. And hopefully, it's only 3 parts. I think we're about at the last couple things to go over on, I forget the dude's name, but Joseph something, maybe? Joseph Freeman or something? I don't know. I'll put it in the chat when we do it. But part 3 of the audit will be next week, along with some news and some AMA. So, AMA, who's got something? Who was that? Missy? Diane? I'm not looking at it.
Derek,
Diane, what's up?
can you hear me?
Yep.
I had to go out and come back into the room because I couldn't hear anything. So, you guys can hear me now?
Yep.
All right. Did you address me? Because I wasn't sure. I thought I heard my name slightly.
Yeah. Go
All
ahead.
right. Okay. I didn't hear Megan's introduction, so I don't know what she said. But I can't believe you just said you're going to talk about maps today because that was my question.
Sweet.
You ready?
Well, let's
All
start
right.
with that.
So, yesterday, my transaction coordinator, who's a rock star, I was in his office, and I forget what we were talking about. Oh, I think we were just, we got 2 Google reviews over the past 2 days from buyers. Just, they came in, boom, boom, like super psyched. We've been doing a really great, oh, as a matter of fact, it was our 100th review on Google, which was cool. Because, we stopped asking for Zillow reviews. Thank you, Derek. Thank you. Yes. It was number 100, and I'm like, oh, we should do something with that, which we haven't done yet, of course. But like send her a gift card. You are our 100th Google review or something. I don't know. Maybe you can tell me what to do with that. But as I was looking over his shoulder, he pulled up a custom Google map that I learned about making a long time ago, probably from Tom Ferry, Jason Pantana, somebody, and he put it into practice. So we have a Google map of all our little houses for our sales, all our little buyers in a different color house, and he's also able to the other suggestion, which I don't know if any of you have heard this in this room on this map, you can take the MLS listings from the past week. So you could grab, let's say, April 1 through April 7th, next weekend, next Monday, take April 1 through April 7th sold listings in your farm or your zip or wherever you are, and you can upload those into this Google map in a different color. And I was like, oh my God, he had done it for September. We haven't done anything with it. And so all of a sudden, all these yellow houses are there. And I'm like, what's that? He's like, well, that was the week sold listings of this particular week. And I'm like, why'd we do that? And he said, well, the advice you were given, because I'm infamous for getting advice and then not following through, it's like you can, cold call actually based upon, like if you want to call around a neighborhood or something, you can see where something sold, you can see what you sold in that area, and you have more talking points. And my question, now that I've explained all that, is what else should we be doing? Anything else with this amazing map that's created, but it's just sitting there? And I don't know that Google even knows about it, Derek. So I'd love to hear what you're about to teach or say about that, knowing we have this amazing, amazing thing of all our sales to date, like for the past, whatever, maybe 5 years, already done for us, all by address. Really amazing. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'll clarify, I think, what the 2 things, or the 2 possible things you are, could be 3 things, but I think it's 2. The 2 things possibly you're talking about, and then I will kick it over to Megan because I know she does both of these things, and that's why she's here. So the 2 things you're talking about, I believe, are in Google My Maps. So if you're taking notes or anything, Google My Maps. My Maps. The my part is important to put in there. Google My Maps is a place where you can make a custom map. So you can have different layers. You can upload a spreadsheet of addresses, basically. You can then end videos to the places. You can have different colors for the different layers. You can have little icons, blah, blah, blah. So that's what Google Maps is. However, to see a Google Map, My Maps sorry, I misspoke there. To see a My Maps map that you have created, a person has to go to that specific link to that thing. It does not exist like just on their regular Google Maps app. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. The actual layers, like when I run well, I don't run 5Ks anymore, but sometimes when you run a 5K or Santa Claus's route through the town, you can download it and then it's actually in your layers on your actual Google Maps app. That's not what My Maps is. You can't do that as far as I know with My Maps. You would have to go to the link or to My Maps to see that kind of layering thing. Then you could also have just a saved places list in your Google Maps app. So that would just be in your regular Google Maps app when you click the little flag or whatever it is to save the place. And then you can have different lists of places. That's how I keep my referral list. A lot of people have that referral list. So real estate referral list, I have like best mountain biking places in central Pennsylvania, and you can make those lists public or private. So those are the two things. You could have maps, saved places in Google Maps, or you could make a custom map in My Maps. And then there's a third way, which I highly doubt you're doing because it's confusing and I've been trying to figure it out for like 2 years. And if your person knows how to do it, I would like them to teach me how to do it. So I will kick it over to Megan and maybe you can talk about how you use custom maps or either one of those things.
Well, good
So that was a
morning.
great segue, actually, Diane. Thank you for that because that's.
Thank you, Derek.
Yeah.
Oh, so good morning. Okay, so if you are just a beginner with starting with custom maps, the first map I ever created is called Discover Virginia Beach. And it's the best eats and dinings and favorite places I have around the Virginia Beach area. I've lived here 34 years. And I have that in if you look at meganvb.com, my pop-up digital business card, you will be able to click on the link at the very top. It says Discover Virginia Beach with Megan. That is my first map I ever created, which now I'm starting to do a lot more again. I created that one probably over 2 years ago. And if you're just starting out, I'm going to give you a step-by-step easy way to first start. And that is if you go to google.com/maps, or Google Maps, and you start there, you will see when you first get on Google Maps, you will see a little hamburger lines that are at the top left corner. And when you go and click on that, you don't search something with the search bar. Just click on that little menu drop down, and you should see show sidebar and then this little flag that says saved. Click on saved. And when you click on saved, you will then see list, labeled, visited, and maps. And so if you want to create and start out, you should start by creating a new list. So you click on the new list button and it then allows you to create a list. You name the list and then you start to find the places on the Google map to add to the list. So you first want to start and create the list. Then, once you've created the list, let's just say you started with, like one of the ones I'm building right now is Virginia Beach school system, and someone's mic is hot. Donna.
Sorry. No, I
Uh,
think it's Jim. I'm not sure. No.
So one of the ones I'm doing right now is a school systems because I'm doing curating a new high note, which is a whole nother ball game, that will have different maps on it, so that I can then share multiple maps at one time, and they're the links to all the maps. So the Virginia Beach school system, I'm developing a list there. And what I've done is I created a list and I gave it an overview of what the list is in the description. And then you add the places. And then what you want to do is you want to add notes to each place you add onto your map. So you click the little note button and create just a little synopsis or something that teases them And then you've created your list. Once you've created your list, then you're going to go back and you're going to look at that Google Maps again, and you're going to see the far right hand side, you're going to click on Maps. And then when you click on Maps, you will see all the maps that you've created. And you want to open a map in My Maps. So if you pick one like Megan Luker Discover Virginia Beach, if I click on that one, then I'm going to actually want to open that one in My Maps, because that's where you're going to be able to see the information and videos and things I'm going to show you, like tell you about, that you can do in Maps. So for example, in my Virginia Beach, Discover Virginia Beach, I would open the little blue tab that says Open My Maps. And then once you're there, you'll see all these like squares. And they're all of the maps that people have shared with you or you own, and some that are not public. So I have some maps that are not public. They are only for my VIP clients. And I only share those maps links with those people. So Megan Luker, Virginia Beach, you will be able to see that one from the my pop-up digital business card. When you open that map, you will see that it has a bunch of eats, and you can create icons for all of the areas that are your favorites, and you can actually make custom icons. So one of the maps I'm creating now is for my military peeps, and I created my own flag icon and uploaded that into the map so that my military agents that serve military will have the flag next to them. So when someone's looking at my referral map for my military agents, they'll have the little flag next to them. That means they serve veterans and military. So that's just something you can start to create. But if you open up that map, you can start to be creative with colors and icons. And for example, I have this one place that I really like. It's called Barrel 17. So if you go into my map and type in the search for Barrel 17, it's the best sweet potato fries you've ever tasted in your life, and they have really good old fashions too. But and they're burgers. But if you go there, what I've started doing, this is a little fun tip. If you are a Google review person who likes to be, whatever level you are of giving reviews, what you want to do is you want to have all the places you've done reviews in a map and make that list of all the places you've reviewed. And what you do is you go into that that actual business, and I write what I wrote for the review in the description. And this what I'll say is like, this is my review of this place. You can check it out under if you click on reviews in the business and see the photos I've posted. I'm sorry, Kristen, you're trying to get up here. I keep trying to invite you. Okay. And so that's one of the things that I've done is I've actually taken reviews I've written and put the synopsis of the review right there in the description, so that if someone's looking at that
Hey,
really
Megan.
quickly, they will see that.
Hey,
Yes.
Megan, can I ask you a real quick
Megan, real
question?
quick, before you, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I just had a real quick question, and this might not be the right place to insert this. I just wanted to ask. Megan, when you put those things on your map, is there a place, and I know this is probably a dumb question, could you put like a offer there? Like if you worked with that place that you said that has the best sweet potato fries, could you go in and coordinate like $1 off coupon and then put it on your map to give to those people?
I
Yes.
love how your
Yes.
mind works.
Yes. So
Thank
I
you.
have a discount one for my military one. And so, yes, in the edit the note section, that's where you would put that. You could make like a quick icon that is for discounts. You could make a new icon for all the places you can get discounts at. So that's what I would do. I would make the map have just one icon for all the places you put in the list that give discounts or have, like, I have a happy hour one, here's your best happy hours, or um whatever the military discount is, or whatever, you can do that. So that's where you would put it, is in the note for your custom list. And you can go back and re-edit your notes anytime for those businesses. The other thing I wanted to share with, like, on my custom map, so if you click on the stars or favorites, it's all of my YouTube videos are inserted in there. So the 1 minute ones. So you can upload up to, like, I don't know, I think it's 6 photos or videos in your descriptions. So if you go to the Discover Virginia Beach and you scroll all the way down to the section that real estate section, um, and you go to that's part that says Megan Luker, then you'll be able to see when you click on that I've inserted my YouTube videos. Also, the NAS Oceana, there's a star there, and then when you go to that one, you'll click and you'll see my military video on YouTube there. So that's another thing you can do in your maps, is insert 1 minute or less videos that you've done, and they want you to link to your Google channel, to your YouTube channel, because Google and YouTube work together. So why not? You could also I have the Lolo Gift of the Month program for my VIPs. So the new thing I have on my list is the little quick videos for Lolo clients, and then I can keep adding to that Lolo gift map of what we've offered as gifts, and then I can put my own little twist and video in YouTube that will link to that map. So now going a little, am I going too fast, Derek? Am I going too fast? Because I've got a lot I can share here.
Hey, Megan, can you drop your
Megan, I am
Popl
so
link?
talented. I am writing notes and driving at the same time. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Diane, I'm glad I don't live where you live.
Yeah.
It is in the
got
chat.
that
My
destination
Popl link is in the chat.
Thank you.
MeganVB.com. MeganVB.com is my digital business card, and this Discover Virginia Beach map is a public map. So okay, let me go back to where was I? Okay, going back. So I covered how you first start a list. Then I covered how you go into Google Maps and you can make different layers with different segments. Now, if you're doing a list of agents or places, like I have all of Megan's sold properties, like all the properties I've sold, it's not going to alphabetize. It's just like in the order you create the list. So it can get confusing. That's why you can make different layers in your list. And so that's what, with the Virginia Beach, Discover Virginia Beach, that's what I did. I created like just coffee shops, and then shopping, and then real estate. And so that's where the different layers are. And you can actually, there's like little higher level stuff like with drive time. And so if you're going to start getting into more things that Google Maps do, that's a whole nother training with that. I'm trying to keep it basic. But let me tell you some of the ideas of things you can do in your real estate business with the maps. You can have a QR map to open houses. So you could create an open house map. You could do all your sold properties. I'm working on the schools, parks, dog parks, shopping, and neighborhoods. Live like a local. That's my little slogan on meganluker.com. Live like a local. If you go to meganluker.com, it also takes you to my Discover Virginia Beach. And that's where I'll be adding more and more video as I start to get back into my rhythm. You can do special events like Christmas tour lights. You could make a map for where all of those would be at the holidays. Pumpkin harvest festivals in the fall are amazing. Like people want to know where to take their kids. So kids activities could be a map. And these are all things you can share with your client. So when I go on a buyer consultation appointment, I'll say, you're new to the area. Let me share my map. And then that's my opportunity when I say, now go open up your phone, and they'll open their phone up. And then I'll say, now go to Google Maps and then type in Megan Luker. Okay, now do you see me? I'm there. Okay, now I've created some maps for you. But if through this whole process you feel like I earned a 5-star review, this is where you would come to do that review. And I'll probably be sending you a link later on that you will make it easy to find me again. But you want them to start like interacting in your Google Maps right away. And that is why you create fun maps to share with them in the beginning, because they start to use Google Maps and then they're looking at your profile in there too. So that is how I use it with like buyers. And military relocation, same thing. When they're coming to new to the area, I'm like, hey, let me send you this map that will show the popular neighborhoods that are around some of the bases, and maybe in your price point. And so you could make like first time home buyer layer, and then you could make another layer that's move up layer, and then that way you have like it's segmented in the map on by price point to share with your clients. The other,
Megan, can I interrupt you 1 second?
And
yeah, go
When
ahead.
you're saying you're making the layers, are you sharing? Can you share different layers with individuals, or are you just suggesting there's different things you can put in there?
When they say add a layer, okay, so you're adding a layer, you're adding like a section to the map. So when you click, if you're once you go to a map and you want to preview it, you can preview it, you can share it with people. And the cool thing when you hit the share button is you can turn on the map for anyone with the link can view, or you can turn it on, let others search and find this map on the internet. So that's my Discover Virginia Beach one, is completely open. But the nice thing is you can have private maps that you don't share on the internet, and they're only for your clients. And so the layer, it could be one layer is like my eats layer. The top layer is Megan Luker, Virginia Beach Realtor. And then you can have another layer that's coffees and juices and teas, and um, another layer that's brewers and bars and wineries, and then beach fun and shopping. Those are all what they call add a layer. So you can only add like so many layers, I think. Derek might be able to add more into that. But when you
But
add a,
but the layers are all part of this. If I go to your
they're
Virginia
all
Beach
part of the
map,
map. They're all part of the map. I
right?
maxed out all the
Okay,
layers. I maxed out all the layers for Discover Virginia Beach.
got it.
What I do for the Realtor Network one is I do it like A to L, and then I do the next layer M through P or whatever. I just break up the alphabet, and then that's why I've gone back to like making a special icon for the military veteran network. So let's see what else.
Hey, you guys, real quick, is this being recorded? This is Missy. I'm getting on a plane.
Yes, I think it
It is. It
is.
says replays
Yeah.
on.
Just checking.
Yeah.
Where do you
Yeah,
see that?
it'll be
So,
here till next week, and then it'll be at the link top after that.
Awesome,
hey,
Derek.
Megan,
Thank you.
I too have to go into a doctor's appointment, and I'm so bummed. I'm sitting in my car, and my appointment was at 9:30. Because I really want to hear this. This is so timely for me. I have two questions for you, Megan. One, do you have a VIP Facebook page for your clients? Because this ties beautifully into that for me. Putting in information about the town and things to do, and actually putting the link to that map in there just for the clients and sharing it within the Facebook group is probably a great place to house it. Wondering how you do that, if that's a great way to do it. I think that was my only question, because that's what was on my mind right now is
So I have a VIP Facebook group, and I'm not as consistent there as I want to be, but yes, that would be a great idea. I'm just careful about like how much I overload or put into the Facebook group as far as like I may just put write up on the newest restaurant, like my newsletter. What we're doing now is we're going to go back with, since I've been consistent since January 1st, we're going to take the first 3 quarter and then put the information from the restaurant of the week and the gift card giveaways, and what we did with the first quarter. So the Lolo gift program map, that would be probably one that I would maybe put in there. I just try to not, I don't overload the Facebook group too much. I do a lot of one-to-one communication with people. So I thought of you today, and here is something maybe I haven't shared with you. This is a map for some discounts for happy hours. I thought you'd be interested, and I send the link to them. It's a way to start a conversation, to have substantial, good conversations. If you just post stuff in a Facebook group, they may not even see it. But when you personalize it and say, I made this for you, they feel special. They feel like you've gone out of your way to serve them, and they remember that. So, you know, I'm a new GAM or grandmother, and so fun gifts for your grandchildren. And I've got a new grandbaby girl coming in May, and so I would call another new grandmother up and I'd say, "Oh my gosh, I found the matching swimsuits for the boy and the baby at this little boutique. Do you want to know more about what they have at this boutique? And then are you interested in other things like this for your grandchildren?" And I might start something that's just for that kind of niche. So you can get creative that way. I don't overload my Facebook group and I'm not as consistent there. I'm the most consistent with just my relationship building. Does that answer your question?
While she's getting on her plane or what she's doing.
Oh, okay.
Another way you could utilize those My Maps, other than obviously sending them to people in the way that Megan does, which is fantastic. You could also, if you had a blog post, like I'm in the process of creating a blog post or website page, whatever you want to call it, of living in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. And then you can embed those maps too. So any maps that you create, you can embed on a website page too. So if you had some all-encompassing thing on your website or something that has all the resources and everything, you could have your maps on there too. You could have a link for them to go click and save the map to their maps and put all your stuff on there too.
Hey, Derek and Megan, it's Carly in Idaho. Good morning. I just want to share what I do. I remember getting this map idea for Megan a while ago, although I have to figure out some of the layers and things, but I've been creating maps. And something that I do is anytime I'm on Facebook, like whether it's in a group or something, if I see a question, like who knows, like does anyone know like all the wedding venues or the parks or the best hamburger places? If I see those questions, I immediately use that to make a map. And so I have several. I have like things to do with the family, kid-friendly places, um, wedding venues, cake makers. I get a lot of questions from people that are like close to us but out of town that do a lot of things closer into the valley here that will ask me if I have a list of things like that. So whenever I get asked that or I see a question on Facebook, it's my opportunity to make a map. And then I make it real quick and I'll continually add to it over time, but then I'll send that link. And then when I see questions, if I already have a map to it, I share it. But that's given me really great ideas to make maps of things that people are looking for. And so I love the maps. I remember hearing Megan talk about it a while ago. And I made a ton of them. So I think it's a really great way to kind of be that resource of information and have more stuff. So That's what
And
I
I'll
do as well.
Carly, that's awesome. And what I will do is I'll make a screen recording of starting a list and a map, and I'll post that in Generational Real Estate Facebook group. So if you're not a member, come look for it there, and I'll put some ideas in there from today's wrap up. And I'm sure Derek's gonna have this information recorded here in his stuff. So sometimes like you could take what I said and then put it with the screen recording, and the visual will help you get started with creating your own custom maps. But
Yeah,
I'll tell
once you get
you
in there, it's
the
fairly intuitive.
yeah, it's intuitive, yeah. And get creative and whatever your hobby or your jam is, like, if you're I'm a skier, so one of the ones I'm doing with the ski club is like all the places I've skied and making a map. And I do Google reviews when I travel, like to the different restaurants and stuff that I have seen. So if you're in this city, stop into this restaurant. And so I just think, like, especially for people who travel, like when you start getting into their hobbies or things they're interested in, you could just make a quick custom map just for them. And again, that's that one-on-one personal touch. It's like giving a gift. But it's a little gift of information just for them that's customized. And you can do it like a little postcard with a QR code, or in a handwritten note with a QR code, and like check out my map. Like when I send a thank you, check out my map for my favorite places to eat and specials around town.
I love that. I never thought about making a custom map for you, for the things you said you like. In my buyer intake form, I have like what's your favorite food, what's your shirt size, if I buy them a t-shirt or something, what's your favorite color, all kinds of things like that. Not a ton, but a few things. So if you
Yeah,
then
so
made a
that's
custom
why.
map based on what they like and the school that they're going to, the kids and all that kind of stuff, that would be fire.
Yeah, so that's why in what we have is our Google intake, all the special questions we ask, and I prepare them on the buyer consult, and even on the seller side, I say this is a long form, but it's so we can really know a lot about you and love on you throughout the whole transaction, and for the future, for your holidays and gift giving. And so I have questions like, do you like beer and pizza? Do you like margaritas and Mexican? Do you what's your hobbies, what's your books, all the things. And then that way you can just be more personalized when you're doing gift givings or thank yous, and you stay top of mind when you do stuff like that. That's just where you will stand out, and doing stuff that other people aren't doing or taking the time to do. And when you connect another person to another person who has a similar interest, like that's another way is here here's a map for all my avid skiers, here I'm going to share. This is a great introductory for me into the ski club. I don't know anyone, so I'm going to make a fun ski map, and I'm like, can you add your favorite places to my map?
I got a question for you. So I haven't made a custom map for a while, and I feel like before you used to have to, if you wanted to add a video to the place, you had to do it. It had to be a video on YouTube, and it kind of had to be public. So if you wanted to put a video there that you didn't want really out in the world, it would still have to be out in the world just to be able to put it on the custom map. But now it looks different than last time I was in there. Is that new? Could you always add a video that was not on YouTube? Or can you not? Am I wrong? What's up with the video? How do you add videos to them?
So it used to be that you could put in a quick, like less than 10-second little snippet. And I haven't added one in a while. I'm looking to see, let me view this in Google Maps to see if this one that I added was still there. Where I was putting them was actually in the reviews sometimes. So, and the nice thing is, if you've done a review and you go through your Google Map, you click on reviews, it'll show you your review first. So I can go back and look at what I wrote for this review, and this one just shows a really cool mojito picture on this one that I posted. But yeah, I don't remember, Derek. Like, I just know I was utilizing the YouTube for videos in the custom maps. I'm trying to find if one of these places still has one of the videos I posted, because it was 2 years ago when I did it.
So Megan, you were
I
saying it
think it
takes a 1
looks.
minute. It takes a 1
Go
minute
ahead.
video. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
yeah. So if you look at Discover Virginia Beach, you can go to click on the star that's Megan Luker, and then you can see my videos are there. And then on Oceana, the Naval Air Station base, there's a star, and that one is my YouTube for military.
I'm gonna check. I'm definitely gonna check it out. And I'm visual because I'm visual.
Yeah. And I think people get confused because originally I started making maps in the Google Maps, but you have to go and make it in a list first, and then it's created into a map.
So the other thing for that is,
Yeah, it's much easier if you make a spreadsheet. Sorry.
oh, go ahead, Derek.
Yeah.
Because you can make a spreadsheet and then upload it for all the places rather than manually doing it. Much easier.
Well, what I was gonna say is you could just go around the city, like take a day or whatever, that pretend it's your day off. You know what the day off is? Anyone? Bueller? So drive around, shoot little 1 minute things. You could do a voiceover, and then you can post it to your Google Maps. And then what you could do is trickle it out in your Instagram stories over time and say, by the way, check it out on my Google Maps for more. And every time you do it, you could push to your Google Maps. Thoughts? Bad idea? Good idea? I'm just thinking how to cross promote it.
Hey, Derek, where did you go to upload the is it Excel spreadsheet for the list to upload?
Yep, you just make a spreadsheet. Just kind of, I would separate it. Street address, city, state. Probably don't
And then
need
you
the zip.
upload
Probably
it
would
in the
figure
new
it out.
list section?
I believe so, or import or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's in the import. I think I have to find that again because that's a good thing to show in a screen recording. Do you have a screen recording of that?
Don't, but if you're going to do one, that's
Uploading.
great. Yeah. And if you have a lot, like if you have all your past sales that you definitely don't want to type all those into My Maps. You want to just export from the multi-list into a spreadsheet and then hopefully just upload it to the My Maps, and there's your all past sales. But if you're doing kind of like my favorite mountain biking spots or whatever, that might be an a la carte. Just build it because there might only be 5 to 7 or something, and it's going to take just as long to create the spreadsheet as it will to just go on My
Yeah,
Maps
that's what I
and
was
search
thinking
for the
too.
things.
But if you have a way if you want it alphabetized, go backwards
And it looks like 10
for the
is the
list.
limit. Your map has 10, so I'm guessing if you maxed it out, you could have 10 max layers.
Yep.
And I just saw the thing that I've been trying to figure out. I see now that you can take a My Maps and export as a KML or KMZ file, which I believe are the types of files you need to be able to upload to Google Maps to have those actual layers, like the Route Santa that still shows on my Google Map. Every time I look at my map, it's sitting there. Because these other maps, you have to specifically go to them to see them. I want to make a map where it shows on the person's Google Maps all the time, like when they ride past McDonald's and it says McDonald's on there or whatever. But yeah, great.
Yeah, and you can actually look at your maps through Google Earth, which is pretty cool too. That's a cool view. And did you get accepted into the Google Earth?
I am in Google Earth
Applied for that
Studio.
to use
I've been in that
Studio?
for a while. It's
Uh-huh.
confusing. I gave up on
Yeah.
it. I do like Google Earth for, well, actually, I wrote down that we're going to maybe do a part 2 of this because we filled up the whole time with My Maps, which is fantastic. Then we can have a second episode. But yeah, Google Earth Pro Studio or whatever is pretty complicated. Some cities you could almost do a full aerial video of a property without ever having a drone, and it would look pretty darn decent because they've 3D mapped everything. But yeah, you can click any My Map, any of those custom maps. You can say view in Google Earth, and then you look at it in Google Earth, and you can obviously see all the features and all those different layers and everything.
Yeah, I was just kind of zooming through here to see what else I could. So you can save to your Google Drive your map. So you can save to your Google Drive and have it in there. There's also other tools that you can explore in Google Earth. And you can actually do some other overlays in folders, add folders.
As far as I can tell, to do a video, it does still have to be on YouTube, it looks like.
Yeah,
'Cause I
I
tried
think
to
it
add
does.
one. But you can, what I did for the one I made for when I was doing that warehouse stuff, I put the links in the little notes. You can put a link that is clickable when a person clicks on the place and the little thing pops up. The link is clickable, so you could have a little like watch the video here, and then you could just have your video living on Dropbox or Google Drive or social media or whatever. Actually be a good place to build up your social media if you had best mountain biking places around and then you had a video about that. Obviously you'd want to link to that maybe. So that's a workaround for the video.
Hold on, I just got confused. Can you repeat that? Because I heard it has to be on YouTube, and then I thought, okay, just put it on a channel that's closed, and only available to people who whatever. But then you said
I think what I
there's a
figured out
workaround.
is the video has to be public for anybody but you to be able to see it. If you made
Okay.
it private somehow, then nobody, when they clicked on it, it would say this video is private or whatever.
So what's the workaround, Derek?
Just in the notes. So when you create a place, you click on the place and there's a little pen to like edit the place. There's a place to put some text. I don't know if there's a limit to it, but you can put links in there and the links are clickable. So I would just put any notes you wanted to put. And then you could also have, watch video here, and then have the video there, the link to it to like a Google Drive, or if the video is on social media or wherever. But if it was a private thing, then I would just put the videos in a Google Drive, make that whole folder public, and then link to those videos for each thing. Here's a restaurant I think you'll love. And then the
Oh,
video
okay.
is
So
like, hey, I love this
start a folder that's
restaurant
like
for you.
outside your ecosystem in Google, so they don't have accidental access to anything else, like its own folder,
Right.
and it's just a folder of videos, is what I'm hearing. That you then create as public. Anyone with the link can view.
Correct. Yep. And if you link directly to the video rather than the folder, usually it pops up pretty nicely these days. Pretty intuitive, just kind of like a player to play. It's not super complicated or anything.
This goes back to me
Hopefully.
being visual, and I wish this entire thing had been like on video, because
Yeah, but
there's
maybe you
so
could do
much
it.
depth here, and I just want to say that on a scale of 1 to 10, my girl crush for Megan is like at a 9.9. I'm sure that there's
Right?
still
I
something
can't
that I
get off her.
don't know that's going to make her a 10, but
Well,
I'm leaving room for next week, Megan. So
yeah,
We're
so
you
all
have
on
a
your
Google
page,
chance
Earth.
Megan.
to get a 10.
We're
I
all
can't
having
be
girl
here next
crushes.
week. I'll be with you next week.
I know. That's where you have your chance to make it a 10.
It'll be a couple weeks.
I'm leaving a
Yeah.
room. I'm leaving room.
Well, I'll just have to say the Google Earth has like you can put everything in your drive, your Google Drive. So I now have like Megan Licker Discover Virginia Beach in the Google Drive, and then you can has like a slideshow. So you can actually start a slideshow, and you could like show your little slideshow of all your places, hop around, and then you click on it and it says fly there, and then it like flies you across to the next place. It's kind of cool. You can make like a whole video of this, of your map, and just show the flying around the city to all your favorite places. I don't know. You could get really creative there. So anyway.
Totally. And on Google Earth, there's little which we'll go through, and we'll probably have to close out the room so people can get to Connie's thing. But yeah, you can. There's a little in regular Google Earth. There's a little record button, and you can click record, and then anything you do till you push stop, it's recording. So you could do flyovers or explanatory stuff for clients or whatever. So you wouldn't even have to screen share, actually. You could just do it right in Google, or if you just needed some footage to then put into some other video that you're editing or something, you could do it that way too.
Well, that's
And then
like,
Google Earth
'cause
Studio
you
is
can
like a way
screen
more
record.
complicated way to do it.
So you can screen record it and then do a voiceover in another app and then download it would be the thing, right? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, you'd have to. I don't know if it records. I don't think it records voice
No, you just do it.
in the
You
Google
just
Earth.
turn on screen record, and then you do the flyover, and it goes to all the places during the slideshow, and you could talk while it was doing it. So just think if it wasn't like your favorite places and it was like about neighborhoods, you could just go, oh, now this neighborhood in Croton is a beach neighborhood. The home median sales price in there is $875 to $2 million, and you could just like go through like the whole thing. And it could show you that area, and then you fly to another neighborhood on Google Earth and show them that neighborhood. So there you go. That's a fun idea.
Hi, Francis Elkin. Does anybody have the link for Connie's thing? No, that just reminded me, Eric, when you mentioned it.
I just put it in the chat earlier. You want me to do it again?
Oh, Mia, you're the best. Yeah.
Thank you, Mia.
Thank you.
All right, I guess we should close it out. Thank you, Megan, for being here. Awesome. And everybody had lots of questions, and everybody wants more.
Yeah, come back and do more. I'm not available next week, but we could figure something out.
Sweet. All right, we will do that. Next week, we'll do part 3 of the live audit, plus some AMA and some news. And I didn't talk about any of my news today, so that's great. I got content for next week to talk about. Stack it up. Everybody hit up Connie's live or Zoom, I guess it is, in 3 minutes for AI. If you need to hit me up, go to searchbomb.com, join the house above, blah, blah, blah. See you here next Wednesday at 9 a.m. Thanks, everybody, for being here.
I put it in the chat again, okay? So it should be the newest one.
Thanks, Derek and Megan. I'm glad that you had the replays on. I had really bad Wi-Fi and just couldn't connect and hear half of the room. So what I did here was fabulous. Thank you both. Appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks.
And we can all put our heads together and maybe even come up with some new ideas of how we could do more with it.
Yeah, what I like is that people have done like where you get on your computer, but to do it and explain it to us first, because it gets very frustrating. But then after, if you continue, then it's great to be able to practice with you. Thanks.
That link you put is for a file or something, Mia? It's not a
Hey
link in the
y'all,
Zoom.
Isla, if you look at, go scroll up at the chat, kind of scroll to the top. Isla put a live link there. It's, you know how they're blue with the underscore? Use that.
I gotcha.
All right. We're going out with some happy birthday for the birthday people.
Birthday!
See everybody at Connie.
Happy
Zoom.
Bye.
I love that, Derek.